You're watching RTE1. Now a review of this week's political stories.
Hello and welcome to the programme. Coming up later, the Taoiseach discusses the changeover to the euro. A Dáil committee is told there is still a demand for foreign workers, and the Seanad discusses the gas regulations bill. But first, the crisis facing Aer Lingus was the subject of much debate in the Dáil today. Questions were put to the Minister for Public Enterprise, Mary O'Rourke, who said that she will outline details of the difficulties facing the company to EU transport ministers in Luxembourg next Tuesday.
In relation to state aid, I have already outlined on the 4th of October last that I have had discussions on the current difficulties with the European Transport Commissioner and with my Belgian counterpart, who is currently President of the Transport Council. The financial state of European airlines and the question of compensation as a result of the events of the 11th of September will be discussed next week in Luxembourg at the Transport Council on Tuesday. At that meeting, I will be seeking that European airlines are not disadvantaged in relation to their US competitors.
Several deputies, including Fine Gael deputies Richard Bruton and Jim Higgins and Labour's Emmett Stagg, wanted to know if the Minister rejected today's European Commission proposals, which offer limited state aid for airlines affected by the terrorist attacks on the US.
Could I ask the Minister if she is specifically rejecting the very limited Commission proposal, and if she is, I want to assure her of my support in rejecting that Commission's proposal, which would result in the collapse of Aer Lingus and the loss of 10,000 jobs in Cork, Shannon and Dublin.
Do you not agree that the EU Commission decision is ill-timed and is preemptive and is designed to pull the rug out from you and your transport counterparts at your meeting next week? In other words, they're saying, this is it, we're doing this by diktat. Can I also ask you, what kind of collective xenophobia is afflicting the European Commission, that they cannot see that there has been a change of policy, a U-turn, on the part of the United States? You've given the figures yourself, 327 million to Delta and 200 million to the Continental airline flying into this country, and still Europe dogmatically decides that it is not going to U-turn.
You've asked me again about the Commissioner's decision. It is two Commissioners, the Commissioner for Competition and the Commissioner for Transport. And I do not regard this particular statement, and I'm conscious that I don't know if we have all of it, but I expect it's the same one that you have, is it, Deputy Ryan and others? I don't regard it as meeting the Irish situation. And they're the points I'll be explaining very clearly when I am in Luxembourg on Tuesday, very clearly. And the measures I've outlined about our special status, about the monies given to the Delta and Continental and perhaps others, though all of those matters will be ones that I will outline clearly.
Fine Gael deputy Nora Owen also wanted to know what plans are being made to help the 2,500 people due to lose their jobs with Aer Lingus.
What discussions have taken place about the loss of 2,500 jobs? About the payments that will be made to those people, if that's the figure that has to be arrived at. Will they be only the statutory redundancies, or will there be extra payments? Many of these people have worked for years and years in Aer Lingus and been responsible for its growth and success.
The Minister said the size of the redundancy package will be negotiated between unions and workers. Later, there were heated discussions about the future of Shannon Airport. Fine Gael Deputy Donal Carey said the Minister did not have the airport's best interests at heart.
Why is the Minister always using innuendo? Innuendo that she's looking after everything. She's going to go to Brussels. She denies that there's a plan at 1 minute. There is a plan a few minutes later on, and she is concerned about workers. But she wasn't concerned last week when Aer Lingus cut the 80 flights out of Shannon.
There's a chairman and a board of Aer Lingus. They are faced with a situation where the company can become very shortly insolvent. It is not to me to decide what flight will go, or what flight will not go.
Earlier, the Taoiseach too was questioned about the crisis facing Aer Lingus. He was asked if the Congress of Trade Unions would be involved in finding a solution. Michael Conway has this report.
In the Dáil this morning, the Fine Gael leader Michael Noonan asked about a rescue package for European airlines.
Could you